Hello, it is Thursday, May 9th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Thursday crossword, so it's time for some kind of interesting or intricate theme, and this interesting or intricate edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Adam and Annette Noble, Noah Bezanson, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the ineffable Josh Bordeaux. So thank you so much to the four of them. They're benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they support this series. They make this channel a sustainable part of my daily work. I'm very grateful to them for that. So thank you to those four. Thanks to everybody who contributes to the Patreon campaign. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to join their ranks, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field where you'll find all of the bonus videos available to patrons, as well as for benefactors, the official Let's Check the Crosses mug. So do check that out. And thanks to everybody who's done so and who supports the channel. I really do appreciate it. And thanks as well if you subscribe on YouTube. That also is a big help. And there's finally that Daily Solve Discord chat server you can join via a description field link. All right, let's get on to the crossword, shall we? This is a Thursday-themed construction by a very experienced constructor, Joe DiPietro, who's constructed, I think, nearly 150 puzzles for the New York Times, which is quite an extraordinary record, and was edited by, once again, by Joel Faliano. So let's start solving and see what's going on in today's grid. Like a mouse. Quiet as a mouse is a phrase. I was trying to think what the idiomatic phrase is. It could be that. Removed from the road. Swept? No, I don't know. Quiet doesn't immediately feel useful here. Dumb. Inane, maybe? Oh, timid. Timid is a word sometimes associated with mice. Maybe this is it. So removed from the road. I don't know what that is. Bad news for a ski resort. Signs. Bloodroot produces an orange one. An orange dye? Is that a source of dye? Boy, I'm not 100% certain about this corner here. Elderly. There's probably a sort of slightly unusual word for elderly that I'm not thinking of here. Used extreme caution in old Rome. Okay, will this be Latin in some way? It says old Rome, so I'm assuming it means ancient Rome, as opposed to modern day Rome. I don't know. Remnants. Ends, the kind of what's left over, maybe? Signs. This one feels like it should be obvious. Remnants. What about ends? Does that work? Removed from the road. Well, it probably ends in D. Blank point. I don't know. Boy, I'm not off to a great start, am I? I don't know. Comments section disclaimer. What would be a disclaimer in the comments section? Something about, I don't know, be respectful? I don't know. It's not really a disclaimer. That's a request, I guess. I don't know. What would a disclaimer be? Not safe for work? I don't know why that would be relevant to a comments section. Okay, this is not going well. Apt Greek letter for a University of Pennsylvania fraternity. Does the symbol of the University of Pennsylvania contain or consist of a Greek letter? I bet it does, and I don't know what it is. VA concern for short. Okay, well, this is the Veterans Administration and might refer to a hospital for military veterans. So maybe PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So the Greek letter for the University of Pennsylvania, maybe Phi or Psi. I don't even know which I think it is. Comment section disclaimer. If it were an H, it could be IMHO for in my humble opinion. You could be making a comment and disclaim it with in my humble opinion to indicate you're aware this is only your take. That could be it. One who might bear the burden of proof, question marks. There's some kind of pun going on here. Something or presumably. A rector? Why would that be the case? I don't think that's right. Pastor? I just don't know. I don't really feel as though I'm on my game today. Splitting blanks, splitting hairs, making fine distinctions between things, metaphorically. Pressed hard. Fire on all cylinders. Oh, maybe this isn't hairs. Fire on all cylinders. Rev or something? Oh boy, I don't know. H just feels like a strange letter to kick that off. Let's see. New York Rangers home. Oh, do they? I'm really going out on a limb here. Do they play at Madison Square Garden, maybe? That's kind of a guess. It's just a 3-letter venue in New York City, I mean. Fire on all oh, maybe this was splitting hairs, because with that M, to fire on all cylinders, we're really humming, you could say, as in the hum of an engine. Pressed hard, urged. You pressed somebody, you encouraged them to do something, you urged them. Great. Cross state. Oh, I haven't looked at this. Ire. So if you're cross, you're angry. So the state would be ire or anger. Okay, so one who might bear the burden of proof is. I don't understand what the question mark pun indicator is doing here exactly. An auditor? One who might bear a burden of proof. What does that mean in a punny sense, as opposed to just straightforward idiomatic sense? I don't know. Elderly. Oh, on in years. Okay, I thought this was going to be a sort of long and slightly archaic word, but it isn't. It's a phrase. On in years. You're elderly, getting older. Removed from the road. A tow truck has removed maybe a non-functional car. All right, used extreme caution in old Rome. Those 2 G's are strange looking in that position following an I. Oh, editor. One who might bear the burden. Oh, the proof as in a proofreading, as in a sort of, a kind of proof, a copy of a text. And so the editor bears the burden, in other words, possesses the responsibility of proofreading, of correcting or editing that text. I see. That's where the pun comes in. It was around proof. Okay, so this looks like maybe dig or, maybe this is something to do with archaeology? No, because it's in Old Rome. They wouldn't have been doing archaeology in Old Rome. Signs. Oh, inks. As in signs of form, inks your name. That was just, I should have thought about different senses of the word signs. I was only thinking about omens or sort of warnings or road signs, that kind of thing. Okay, so this looks like walked, probably. Bad news for a ski resort. Oh, a mild winter. Maybe you don't get very much snow and leads to suboptimal ski conditions. Okay, so walked. Used extreme caution. Walked. These G's do not look right. This G in particular doesn't look right. Pressed hard. It just feels like that must be the answer. Urged. What is going on? I don't know. I'm going to leave it and keep going. It's obvious that this is not correct or correct yet anyway. Body part where a sock might go, question mark. The question mark makes me wonder if we're talking about a sock in the sense of punching someone, so maybe it goes to your chin. You'd sock in the jaw. Fishing basket. A crate? I'm not sure that's right, but you do sometimes see crates used to, as sort of traps for certain kinds of fishing. Netflix competitor Hulu is another streaming service, TV streaming service. Do squat. To idle is to do squat, to not be doing anything. Mitchell and Blank, sports apparel company. I don't recognize this, unfortunately. Unrefined crude, so crude oil would be a very common usage of that. Fried sugar-covered pastry. A churro. A churro is that. It's fried and sugar-covered. Okay, so what is this? Used extreme caution in Old Rome. I have no idea what's going on. It might be related to the theme. I haven't encountered anything yet that seems thematic. So it'll be this, I'm almost certain. I don't yet know how. It probably ends in halls. Mitchell and, all right, okay, don't know that. Lines up. So this could be Mitchell and Ness, because lines up, I want that to end with an S. Trues up? Lines up. I don't know what that's about. First thing typed in a new tab, perhaps. Oh, this must not be crate, because I assume this means a new browser tab, so URL, Uniform Resource Locator web address. So fishing basket, okay, so maybe I don't know what this is. Lines up. The up in parentheses, by the way, means we're going to apply it to the answer as well. So whatever this word is will also have the up after it. It's not just in the clue. Pigeon dish. What on earth does that mean? I have no idea what that means. Okay. Where F comes before E. Where F comes before E. I don't know what that's getting at. Question mark. Once again, something punny. Oh, sorry, I just saw this. Everything will be fine in old Rome. So we have this in old Rome thing. That's our theme. All right. Well, I don't know what it means yet, but we'll keep going. Product identifier similar to a UPC. UPC is something like Universal Product Code or something like that. It's a barcode essentially to the number. I don't know what this might be. Everything will be fine in old Rome. Pointillism marks. Well, pointillism is painting consisting of many thousands of small dots. Home of the first Dole plantation. I think Maui? Oh, maybe not. I mean, it's certainly in Hawaii somewhere. So if it's not, the reason I say not Maui is because DM doesn't make sense here. So maybe Oahu, which is another island. No, Oahu. Yeah, that would be right. That would be a plausible location for the first Dole plantation. I mean, that's in Hawaii as well. So everything will be fine in old Rome. I don't know. Fail to notice. No, miss something. Okay, there's something going on with doubled letters. Is there? Do I think that's what's going on? I can't figure out what's going on with this theme. I'm sorry. Common ingredient in cereal bars are oats. What we might escape by in old Rome. Oh, the skin of our teeth. But there's something about it that's going to be, Latinized or something. I don't know exactly what's going on with this. Is this a K? Collectible doll. Barbie? I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, well, maybe it's Barbie. I don't know. Word before coffee or Catholic. Sure about that either. Okay. What about this? What a piece of work. An ode? Probably not an ode. It doesn't feel specific enough. What a piece of work. Erg? I think an erg is literally a unit of work. Scientifically, let's see. Cabal. I don't know. Crew or a I can't think what it is. NBA All-Star Ming. Yao Ming is a basketball player, so that's something I can pretty confidently put in, believe it or not. Everything will be okay. Don't worry. This looks like don't worry, but again, with these strange letters in here. Cabal. Oh, right. Okay. So thinking this is somehow a kind of corrupted version of don't worry made me wonder if this is an R, and then that made me think a cabal could be a ring. So a kind of secretive group of people, a ring, a cabal. Scottish form of John. Okay, well, that's Ian. So there we go. Please, Dad, please. Can I? There we go. Don't worry about it. What does this mean? Is it something to do with Roman numerals and we're sort of converting? It is that. It's that. Oh, I'm sorry this took me so long. Okay, these two I's mean two in Roman numerals, and therefore we read those as TWO. Don't worry about it. Okay. So then what is this? Used extreme caution. Walked on eggshells. Yes, the I here means one in Roman numerals. So walked, O-N-E for one. Walked on eggshells. Wow, okay. All right, and that's nice. It's one, then two. Hopefully we'll get three down here. What we might escape by in old Rome. The skin. No, it's not. It'll be four. For F-O-U-R, so of our teeth. Wow, okay. That really confounded me for quite a while. I'm very glad to have finally gotten it. All right, pigeon dish. Oh, squab. That is literally pigeon meat. Okay, so if you're served squab, that's pigeon. Where F comes before E, car. Oh, full and empty in a gas tank sort of gauge? Is that? I think it must be something like that. Anyway, lines up, queues up, of course. Okay. Residing here in the UK, I should have seen that immediately, but I was thinking of lining up as in aligning something, sort of. I was thinking of it in that sense rather than getting into a queue as a person. All right, fishing basket, creel. Okay, I actually don't recognize this, but knowing next to nothing about fishing, I suppose that's not a big surprise. Higher than usual penalties. Steep fines? Yeah, it's probably something like that. Fines could be a different word, but it'll be basically that. Singer Eartha Kitt. There we go. I think she just came up in the crossword earlier this week when I mentioned that she also played Catwoman in the 1960s Batman, which I must always recommend when I have cause. And where the U.S.'s first transcontinental railroad was completed, 1869. It looks like Utah. And then, an SKU. Yes, okay. An SKU or a SKU, as it's sometimes called in kind of product design and manufacturing, is a number that uniquely identifies a product. Okay, there we go. I don't remember what SKU stands for. Stage often filled with bugs. Beta testing of software, the beta stage, has bugs to fix in the code. And Uber Eats is a food delivery service. And then surname in the 1946 Western, My Darling Clementine. I've never seen this. This is John Ford, I think. I've heard this is a great film. I'm very unfamiliar. I'm broadly underfamiliar with Westerns, but I assume this will be the surname Earp because that's very strongly associated with the Old West. Lice and the like. Vermin. There we go. That must be the case. Scotland's Firth of Tay. So that's the Firth of, on the River Tay. Nashville landmark familiarly. Oh, the Opry? Yeah. The Grand Ole Opry is a performance venue in Nashville. Okay. Dunkable treats. Oreo, right, of course. Why did this take me longer than half of a second? They're Oreos, the official snack cookie of the New York Times crossword, of course, which are advertised as, you dunk them in milk. Oh, well, that's funny. And then here's a dunking obstacle would be the rim of a basketball hoop rim is what I should say. There we go. Not answer a question directly as a politician might. To pivot maybe away from the subject being addressed. German direction could be Ost for east. Lead into mania. Egomania, as in, narcissism, essentially. Rack up win after win. Go on a tear. Yeah, that's a winning streak, a tear. Artist's touch up. A dab, maybe? I'm not sure that's right. Oh, what about this? This looks like evidence or something. Yes, do a judge's job in old Rome. Okay, this probably is something about evidence. So do a judge's job. Maybe a V for 3? Sorry, that was a weird thing to say. A V for 5 is what I meant to say. I don't know. I'm not actually sure about this one yet. Nixon, Nix. Veto. So Nixon is just being used here to refer to a president in general because of the similarity between the words Nixon and Nixon. So veto is a president refusing to sign a bill into law. To nix it, essentially. Poison ivy, e.g., is a vine. Oops. South American pioneers of terrace farming, Incas. There we go. Like the smell of a pub. Beery, that's a bit of a strange word, but okay. Minor prevarication would be a fib, so a tiny lie. And always ready to order. Bossy, if you boss people around, you're always ready to order them around. So the question mark there is indicating a bit of punniness. We don't mean ready to order food, say. Artist's touch-up is a dab, after all, okay? Collectible doll. Oh, maybe a Ken doll. I don't know what that's called other than that. Word before coffee or Irish coffee or Irish coffee. So Irish coffee is a hot cocktail, and then Irish Catholic obviously refers to someone of that descent and religion. Result of failed field sobriety test for short. I'm not sure if this is sort of a difference by jurisdiction or what, but you see this sometimes as DUI or DWI for driving while intoxicating or driving under the influence. I don't know which I think is more likely here. Maybe neither of them? Collectible. Oh, maybe this isn't Ken. Is there something called a Cupid doll? Is that something? How do I have that word in my head? I think this might be something. That would make this DWI. Let's see if that works out. No in a vegan diet. Dairy. Yes. Okay. Vegans would, vegetarians might eat dairy, but not vegans. Okay. There we go. Features of overalls. Snaps or, look at this. Sorry. Eight. Yes, this is 8. Okay, it's weigh the evidence. So we have VI. No. Oh, no. Sorry, that doesn't make sense. Oh, no, no, it's here. Sorry. Yes, it is 8. It is 8. I was correct. I just sort of misparsed it. So VIII for 8 in Roman numerals, 5 plus 3. And then W plus the EIGH from 8 makes weigh. And then the T from 8 makes the, and then evidence. So to do a judge's job in Old Rome would be to weigh the evidence using Roman numeral 8. There we go. All right, love note acronym. Not sure. Love note acronym. Probably obvious in retrospect. Rating for Robot Chicken and Archer TV. Are they rated mature? Probably. I think TVMA is a U.S. television rating classification, which I assume refers to people 17 or above. Hoot and a half. A riot. Something was a real hoot. It was a real riot. Very funny. Or fun or whatever. Features of overalls. Oh, straps. It wasn't snaps. Okay. So love note acronym. Oh, sealed with a kiss, so SWAK. I have seen that before. So Luigi's love. This is Luigi referring to an Italian person in general. So it's simply the Italian language. It's not referring to Super Mario Brothers or something like that. So it's just amore for love. And then American Idol judge alongside Luke and Lionel. You know, I've actually never seen American Idol in any incarnation. But it looks like the answer is Katie. So there we go. Must be that. And then Love Note acronym was SWAK. And there we go. A flat 24 minutes. I'm always intrigued. It's sort of, maybe not intrigued, but I'm always amused when the conclusion timer is exactly on a minute like that. Just funny coincidence. It means nothing at all. Anyway, here's the crossword with our very elusive theme. At least it was elusive to me to quite some time. Do let me know if you managed to find your way through this one more quickly than I did. I'm sure some of you did. So let's go over it. We didn't have a revealer. We needed to figure this out contextually. And as is often the case on Thursday, we do actually really need to understand the theme to solve the puzzle. I mean, obviously, you can always solve a puzzle simply, purely by forcing it through crosses. But to actually properly fill in the clues, you need to either ignore them, I suppose, or understand the theme in some way. So used extreme caution in Old Rome would be walked on eggshells, and we've replaced 1 with a Roman numeral for 1. Everything will be fine in Old Rome. Don't worry about it, and we've replaced the TWO2 with the Roman numeral for 2. What we might escape by in Old Rome, we might escape by the skin of our teeth, and we've replaced FOUR, 4, with the Roman numeral for 4. And finally, to do a judge's job in Old Rome is to weigh the evidence, and we've replaced EIGHT 8 with the Roman numeral for 8. And there we have it. That was a very clever theme. I don't remember having seen this precise theme before. So yeah, it was an interesting one, and it really did throw me for quite some time. So well done to Joe Pietro. I'm glad I managed to figure it out before the end of the puzzle at least. And let me know how you fared in the comments or in the Daily Solve Discord chat server. Always curious to know. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with the Friday edition of the New York Times Crossword. Do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.